Welcome to this video on AutoSys Google Cloud Datafusion solution. In this video, we will explain Google Cloud's Datafusion integration with AutoSys and what it brings to the AutoSys user community. We'll provide some technical insights so that the integration components are clearly identified and the deployment sequence is understood. We'll focus on the design and execution sequence of a Datafusion run pipeline job. Finally, we'll run through a demo. Google Cloud Datafusion is a fully managed service from Google Cloud that helps you easily build and manage data pipelines. Say goodbye to the hassle of moving and transforming data from various sources. Whether you need real-time or batch processing, Datafusion simplifies the process. With an intuitive visual interface, pre-built connectors, and the ability to scale for large datasets, Datafusion makes integrating and processing data a breeze. And with Google Cloud's security and reliability, your data is in safe hands while you gain valuable insights to drive your business forward. The AutoSys integration with Datafusion allows you to run and monitor pipeline jobs created in your Datafusion directly from within AutoSys. AutoSys plays a central role in orchestrating operations across multiple environments, including the cloud, and synchronizing these processes with other non-cloud operations. Integrating Datafusion allows us to centrally configure process automation in AutoSys. Subsequently, we can run, monitor, and supervise all processes from a single interface. These Datafusion processes seamlessly sync with different environments supported by AutoSys, such as applications and databases. This integration allows you to effortlessly execute and monitor Datafusion jobs through AutoSys. By leveraging AutoSys' advanced capabilities, you can accelerate your digital transformation efforts with greater success. Simply define your Datafusion and let AutoSys manage the scheduling of these workflows seamlessly. AutoSys lets us build configurations with intuitive interfaces and monitor them through simple dashboard tools specifically designed for operational use. Statuses are clearly indicated, and accessing logs is as simple as clicking a button. From an operations perspective, AutoSys greatly simplifies the configuration and orchestration of Datafusion jobs. Externalizing operations to a tool with a high degree of third-party integration means we can synchronize all cloud with non-cloud workloads. Using various agents and job object types, we can build sophisticated configurations involving multiple applications, database packages, system processes like backups and data consolidation, file transfers, web services, and other on-premise workloads. The job submission sequence is fairly simple because all job definition properties are stored in the AutoSys plain old Java, or POJO job. All the target system properties, including the endpoint, token, namespace ID, pipeline name, pipeline parameter, and other parameters, are defined in the J2EE parameters. These parameters may vary depending on the authentication method used. Let's look at the sequence of execution. We start with the three main components: the AutoSys scheduler, the system agent, and the Datafusion server. The AutoSys scheduler submits the POJO job to the system agent. The system agent acknowledges the job from the scheduler and initiates communication with the Datafusion server. Authentication is then initiated, with the system agent posting token-based authentication depending on the specifications provided in the authentication J2EE properties. In this video, we are using token-based authentication using a proxy. AutoSys allows connections via proxy, providing additional flexibility and security when accessing Datafusion resources. Once authenticated, the agent submits the job to the Datafusion server as a post request. The Datafusion server identifies the matching job and executes it. The job execution returns a JSON response which contains the execution details. Both the Datafusion server and system agent then monitor the job until it reaches its final state. Once the final state is obtained from Datafusion, the job status in AutoSys is updated accordingly as either canceled, succeeded, or failed. Let's look at how to deploy the integration. First, ensure the Application Services plugin is installed as a prerequisite. The Application Services plugin and Pojo extension have the CFG extension. In older agent versions, you might encounter a PAK file instead. Next, download the plugin extension package from the marketplace. This package contains all the necessary elements. Unzip the package and extract the content into a temporary folder. Navigate to System Agent Install directory. Next, we must stop the system agent with the cyb agent-s command. Install the plugin extension with the command plugin installer path to CFG file. Now, restart the system agent with the cyb agent-a command. Remember, this integration uses Datafusion Public REST API. In our demo, we will create a Datafusion Pojo job in AutoSys. First, let's establish communication with the Datafusion server. After communication is established, we can execute and supervise the job. Let's dive into the world of applications and job execution within the Datafusion environment. Let's start with the demo. Today, we will be taking a closer look at one of the pipelines available. To access the list of pipelines, simply log in to the Datafusion instance and navigate to the Integrate tile. Here, you can see the various pipelines that have already been created. Today's demo will use one of these pipelines to showcase how it works. Next, let's proceed to log in to AutoSys. Click the Quick View tab to view the job definition. Select the job to open the job definition. The job employs token-based authentication using a proxy for the demo. When the job is open, click the Quick Edit button to view the required parameter. The first step in executing a job is to select the machine on which the job is to be executed. The first parameter is the class name, which is Datafusion, and the second is the method name, which is the start pipeline. Now, at the gateway parameters. Understanding these gateway parameters is an essential part of the process. The endpoint parameter indicates where the Datafusion service resides. The token parameter authenticates with Datafusion services using either a file or a concise JSON of the file contents. The namespace ID parameter specifies the namespace in Datafusion, where the pipeline is stored. The pipeline name parameter identifies the pipeline to execute within the specified namespace. The pipeline parameters define the configurations required to run the Datafusion pipeline, formatted as a JSON object. If no specific parameters are needed, this field can be left blank. Then we have proxy parameters. The proxy hostname specifies the hostname or IP address of the proxy server to which the connection is established. The proxy port indicates the port number the proxy server uses for communication. The proxy username is required for authentication with the proxy server. The proxy password is the password associated with the username for authenticating with the proxy server. The max retry parameter is crucial as it determines the maximum number of attempts the job status will be fetched from the Datafusion server for monitoring purposes. The sleep interval parameter specifies the duration of time the system agent should wait before querying the Datafusion API again to obtain the job status. In the event of a brief downtime experienced by the Datafusion service, the failure interval parameter comes into play. This parameter specifies the amount of time in seconds before failing the job due to API failure. Lastly, the log level parameter allows you to specify the level of detail that should be included in the log file. Once you have specified all the J2EE and other parameters, click Commit and close it. That completes the job definition. Let's now start the job. Once all the parameters are defined, select Start the Job and click Go. To confirm the job execution, click Yes when prompted. Notice the current run number for the job is 6910. Upon refreshing, a new execution is triggered, increasing the run number from 6910 to 6917. A status of success indicates that the last execution was completed successfully. To access the spool files, simply scroll down on the user interface until you locate the spool files section. From there, select the desired file and click on the Go button. You will then be prompted to specify the number of lines you wish to display. Reports for all statuses are accessible for further investigation or utilization. As we examine the successful job, we can see that all parameters passed by the user, such as job details and authentication parameters, are displayed. Make a note of the run ID ending with 2A8C8. We will use this run ID for verification in the Datafusion instance. Now, let's take a quick look at the job status in the Datafusion instance. As you can see, this was the job that we triggered, and it is completed. And that's a wrap for the demo on how AutoSys can integrate with Google Cloud Datafusion to execute and monitor various jobs. Thank you for watching this video.